Hey guys, it's me Josh, J Mansano Illustrations, and today I'm going to bring you a tutorial. This tutorial is called How to Draw One Point Perspective. Simplistic and easy method. All you need is paper, pencil, sharpener, ruler is optional. Yeah? So follow along this tutorial and by the end of it you should have a good idea of perspective drawing. Well, a one point perspective drawing. So yeah, stay tuned and let me know how you like the video. The tools you're going to need for this tutorial are pencil, preferably a lighter tone and a darker tone to get the shading. Secondly, you're going to need an eraser and you're also going to need a sharpener. And don't forget your paper, the most important ingredient. So let's do this one point perspective tutorial now. I'm going to show you the easiest method. This is what helped me. So firstly, we're going to draw our vanishing point, which on this case, we're going to just pop it in the center of our page. Now, you can also place the vanishing point wherever you like in the image, but for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm going to place it in the center of my page, right? Then I'm going to draw my horizon line and it's just going to go right through my vanishing point. Yeah, from one side of the paper to the other. Right, so this is like your eye line, yeah? So this is where your eye will see. This is level with your eye, okay? Then I'm going to do a method which I call the spider web method, right? So essentially we're going to draw guidelines leading out from this center vanishing point here. So I'll label it VP1. Then you got the horizon line here, yeah? This line here is your horizon line. This is your vanishing point, right? And also you want to draw very lightly because you're going to erase these lines later on as well. So first, start drawing your lines leading out from the vanishing point. So I'm going to draw them a bit heavier so that you guys can actually, so you guys can see the lines I'm drawing. But on your one, you're going to draw them very light. Right? So you can draw as many lines as you want or as little lines as you want as well. Okay? There we go. Okay, so now we got our lines here. Okay. Oh, now we got, yeah, so we got our lines. So we've drawn our guidelines now, and now it kind of looks like a spider web, right? But the main thing is with perspective drawing, the objects get smaller the closer they get to the vanishing point. Yeah. So let's draw an example of that now using a street view. Yeah, something nice and simple. So firstly, let's separate where we want our road to be or our pavement. So let's say our pavement's here, and then that's when I can use my harsher tone pencil or 4B pencil. For the initial sketch, I'm using 2H. Right, so now I can just go over my lines with a bit more pressure on that pencil, and I can do the same thing on this side. Right, and then now we've got a pavement here. Yeah, so let's say we want the pavement slabs. And if you see what I'm doing, the pavement gets smaller, or the distance between each pavement gets smaller the closer it gets to this vanishing point here. So I can do the same thing on the other side as well. Yeah, it's getting smaller the closer it gets to the vanishing point. Right? That's the optical illusion. Okay? Nice. So now I can add in other elements to my drawing now, okay? So let's say I wanted to add a building. I just draw a straight vertical line down to the edge here, meet my vanishing point, and then draw the other line to make the edge of the building there. Right? And then now I can draw another building Yeah, if I wanted to draw another building, look, there you go, right? So let's say you wanted to make a taller building now. We just draw another vertical line there. Yeah, and we can just join it up like that. And then there. Yeah, so you can keep drawing your lines, your buildings, going towards that vanishing point there. Yeah. So now if I wanted to draw a building that's a little bit taller, all I have to do is add on another section here. Right? So we'll do that again on the other side. Right? And then we'll come back to this area here. So vertical line going down and then across here, okay? And then if we want to make a taller building, just extend the line, draw a triangle. Yeah, so now you've got a triangle that's formed here. And now you've got a taller building. Yeah. See it? Now you've got a taller building, okay? Now my lines might not be accurate. And if you want more accurate lines, you can use a ruler too. So the ruler's optional. If you want really accurate straight lines, definitely use a ruler, okay? So then now I can keep drawing. Now if I want to draw a gap between my pavement here, I can just draw a line. And then make another triangle. Well, I've got an inverted line here. And then I can just join. And all I'm doing is following my guidelines, basically. That's all I'm doing. Following my guidelines. Yeah. Just making the building get smaller. So when you're first starting out, just try this basic method. Yeah, this will just get you on the right track with it, right? So then you can shade your area here where your street, where your road is or your corner is. Right, so now you can start adding in your doors and windows, yeah? So how do you add in the doors and windows? Well, all you have to do is use your guidelines again, look. So just use my guidelines, draw a vertical line to join them up and make a window. Yeah, and it's all leading out from that center point line. Look at that, drawing another one and another one. If I want to draw another set of windows, I can just draw another set. If I want to draw a door, I can do a door. Yeah. Right, and the same here and here, there. Yeah, so you can really customize it and how you want it to look. Right? But all essentially is you're following the guidelines. There you go. Yeah, you're just making your life easier by doing this. Yeah, especially while you're still learning. And then now you might be thinking, oh, it looks a bit flat. Well, that's where your shading techniques come into play. All right? So that's where you can add your shading of the building. Yeah, to get more texture in there. See? All right, so I can add more doors. In, you see? For this one, I'm just keeping it very simplistic. Right? And guys, feel free to add your own details to this as well, yeah? Feel free to add your own details. So there you go. I'm just drawing my windows now, and it's all leading out from that vanishing point. Remember, if you want fully accurate lines, use the ruler. If you want to measure, use the ruler. Yeah, if you just want to freehand draw like me, because my style of drawing is very freehand, free flowing. Yeah, so yeah, sometimes I do end up making mistakes like here and there, but that's just what comes with drawing in my style, you know. But one thing I have learned is the fundamentals, so you guys can definitely take this on board. And you see, look, I'm just using, it's all the lines lead towards this point here. Yeah, all the lines lead towards that point. So it's brilliant if you're doing architecture, and you can apply it to so many mediums and so many different subject matters when you're drawing. Yeah, right. So again, you can shade your floor. All right, look. Okay. That's all on you now. It's all down to your imagination now. Yeah? So, to recap, because I won't finish this whole thing, we'll be here for hours, guys. But I've just shown you a simplistic method to get your perspective, to give you an idea of perspective drawing, yeah? So, you can follow along with this. You can save the tutorial. You don't have to use my example, but you can use my technique and draw your own concept. I will do one where it's an actual follow along and we do a full drawing. But for now, as we're just starting up these tutorials and I'm just getting used to it, yeah, just take this technique and apply it to your own knowledge. And don't forget, guys, I'm going live on my TikTok and possibly YouTube Mondays and Wednesdays at 9 p.m. So stay tuned for that.